Hello everybody. Have you opened your pool for the 2026 season yet? If not, why? It's April 22nd. It's time to get it going. Even if you're not going to swim in it, let's get that pool up, running, and clear. Hello, my name's John, and I am just a pool owner here in Oklahoma with an above ground pool like this. I've owned several throughout the years, over 20 years now, and I just share some tips and tricks and advice that a DIY guy does, not a professional. So if your pool isn't clear, here's a few things you need to do to get it there. All right, so I had to break back in. I forgot to mention really an important step. The first thing you want to do is make sure you test your water for pH and alkalinity. This is important, and I use these great for a DIY guy. I'll put a link in the description below on how I use these. But you want to make sure your pH is between 7.2, say 7.6, somewhere in there. If your pH is too high, it's not going to be effective. The chlorine won't be effective on killing the germs, on killing the algae, and your water is going to remain cloudy no matter what you do. First of all, you can see how this pool water is clear. If you need to get there, if it's cloudy or green, you need to go ahead and first get rid of the algae and get rid of the cloudiness. To do that, what I recommend first of all is just start with the basics. Go ahead and clean your filter. Make sure your pool's running 24 hours a day while you're trying to get it clean. That's your first step. Second step is go ahead and scrub the walls, especially if you have algae. Scrub the floor. Go ahead and get it all removed, because once you shock it or add chlorine, it's only going to kill the top layer. You need all that floating in the water before you chlorinate it so that it kills it all. Then go ahead and overnight, go ahead and pour a few gallons of shock in, depending on how much you need. Bring it up to 10 to 20 parts per million. The greener it is, the more you need to add. Let that thing turn that stuff white overnight. Then vacuum it out. If after vacuuming or you still can't see because of cloudiness, there's a couple of things you can do. One of your options is some pool clarifier right here. Put just a little bit of this in there. It don't take much. Read the directions, usually only a couple ounces per 10,000 gallons, but if you overuse it, it could actually make it cloudier, so you don't want to do that. Let that run. That'll help the pump go ahead and filter the debris, catch stuff more easily, clear it up maybe within the next 24 hours. If you don't succeed with that, or you want to try this method, you can use some of this right here, Floc. I never can say that. Floculant right there. And you go ahead and add this to the pool again, read the directions. Add the amount for your water levels. At this point, if possible, you don't want it in filter mode when you add that. Put it in circulate mode if you have that, and if you have a cartridge filter, you may not want to use that, or remove the cartridge when doing this. You're just wanting the water to circulate throughout the pool for about 2 to 3 hours. Then you want to turn the pool water off and let everything soak to the bottom. Then you want to shoot all the stuff on the bottom of the pool straight out of the pool, not in your filter. It may come back in your pool otherwise. It's some fine stuff. So those are a couple of options to get your pool clear. But the main thing is continue adding chlorine regularly until you get it there. Every night, get that pool running, and you're going to start to see improvement. I'll see you in the next video. We'll talk about how I maintenance my pool regularly. There's going to be tips all the time right here on Easy Clear Pool. Welcome to 2026 swimming season.